What's up, Rune Rangers? I'm Lupinefiasco, this is Daily FaB Gameplay, and today we are checking out a game I played as Briar versus Kayo. This game was taken from one of my recent live streams. I stream every Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, taking this week off for the holidays. They're a ton of fun. I hope you can make it to the streams, but I know that a 2-hour commitment during what are usually business hours here in the US can be a big hurdle for a lot of players, so I have taken the best game from my most recent Briar Silver Age live stream and presented it to you here. You're going to get my thoughts and decision making in real time as I pilot one of the best heroes in Silver Age, and I hope that you can learn something from it. There is a link to this deck list on Fabbri in the video description below, as well as links to my Blue Sky, Discord, and Patreon. If you want to tighten and optimize your gameplay in real life, you can use my affiliate link to buy your very own Codex Journal, and be sure to use code LUPINE10, that's LUPINE10, at checkout to receive 10% off your order. Daily FaB Gameplay is brought to you in part by Hemel from The Bazaar. It has never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started shopping from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, full sets, and class sets, including new releases. Super Slam singles and more are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Keep watching this intro for contact information, then reach out to Hemel on Blue Sky, Discord, email, or Twitter to see what he can do for you. Now, let's jump into the game. Before we get into the game itself, I want to direct you all over to fablazing.com/DFG, the best resource for data, both tournament and Talishar in Flesh and Blood. What we're going to look at here is the matchup analysis between Briar and Kayo. I'm sorting by the last 30 days using Talishar data, using my bonus features for being a Fablazing member on Patreon or Metafy. I am also choosing to exclude cards below 5% from both decks. This is going to cut some of the absolute chaff that players are experimenting with. And we can see, after analyzing the matchup, that this is very Briar favored, or about 59.2%, winning as Briar versus Kayo's 40.8%. If we go first, that very heavily slants the matchup into Kayo's favor, but going second, like we'll do in this game, means that we are very likely to win. What I like to use Fablazing for is the win rates of individual cards. Now we can see that playing Arcane Seed's Life, Arcanic Shockwave, Burn Up Shock, none of these are really pushing our win rate one way or the other, but if we now sort by win rate, we can start to see some cards that maybe not every deck is playing, but that do slant our matchup win rate much higher. Cards like Weave Earth, Rune Ranger Swarm, Spark Spray, these are all a little interesting. They all show us maybe ways that we could pilot this matchup in other ways. Spark Spray being a card that takes advantage of bonus resources if we were playing blues in our deck. A card like Flourish being something that, maybe would fuel a Spark Spray if we can give it go again. Using Briar's text, then we could attack with the Spark Spray, put some resources into it, and then still have resources to attack with Reaping Blade. I like to use Fablazing to see which cards are winning more, especially if the matchup is bad. We can also see which cards are losing games more often than not. Cards like Reinforce the Line, which say that we would want to block with attack action cards against Kayo, something that I really don't want to do if I'm ever in the driver's seat. Cards like Fry, which only attack for 3, don't block at all, which as much as I don't want to block, hence why Reinforce the Line is bad, if I ever need to block, the fact that Briar doesn't can be a real hindrance. Cards like Electrostatic Discharge, which only give +3 and don't block. Cards like Arcanic Crackle, which attack for 3 instead of 4. Even cards like Captain's Call, which I'm pretty high on in Briar, or at least was previously, I can see now, well, this is actually while still producing a positive win rate of 52.9%, is actually lowering my overall win rate by 6.3%. We see the same thing from Malefic Incantation, Nimblism, Scar First, Scar Weave Lightning. Not all of this data is going to inform our decisions of what we should include in our deck. After all, even if cards like Captain's Call, Malefic, Nimblism, Scar First, Scar that I would count as staples of Silver Age Briar are lowering our win rate, we are still going positive into Kayo for a tighter matchup, maybe one where we are not favored. This sort of win rate information can inform our playstyle, our deck building choices, and more. And this is all available on fablazing.com/DFG, and you'll get even more information out of the site if you are a Fablazing member. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the gameplay. Only things I hate, Runeblade and the horse, but Runeblade's so fun to play. It's less fun to play against. Maybe LSS only watches your BNR videos and assume you're unhinged. That's probably it, honestly. Also, every tier list I see is like Slippy's B tier. I'm like, Icelander and Sage for life. I get to play my favorite hero again. Hell yeah. I don't know what that deck does yet. I'm waiting for Icelander to be a better hero. We had Kayo win our last event. Hey, Rob. Michael's been on Fatigue Enigma and finds it really solid. Might move to that if Ira gets hit. Enigma has felt pretty good in this format. And by good, I mean bad for me to play against. Getting to play on the opponent's turn is a lot of fun. Gravy and Sage, but I want Compendium to give us CC Blades and another Necromancer. With something like Bravo, Ira, Azalea, Enigma, Dromai, Chain, Briar, Kayo, and 2 Reinars. That is a very diverse format. Opponent is going for it. So I guess these are the blocks. Like, I'm gonna have to block more this turn, so I'm not expecting that it matters which card I block with. Having a handful of 2 blocks for opponent going for it is kind of tragic. We'll see what their last card is. I can cover 4 this turn, and I will block with armor, depending on what the opponent does. Surely you also Mandible Claw here. Go to 19. This is just strategically turning on my Arcane Seed's life. Testing Slippy a lot. I've kind of settled on it being fun, but mid. Horror stuff is messed up. The Horror's lines are so brutal in theory, and then they're so hard to actually do. Took down a Jarl and a few others last night with it. Some tougher matchups. I do think that Marionette is a better deck. One of my locals is stupidly capable of Marionette, and she just keeps blowing us up. I'm pretty sure that I'm just playing... Wow. Opponent doesn't get an Arsenal, but this was a pretty sick turn from them. Being able to just go because you have Savage or Beaten Trackers with a Savage Feast, replace the card, and then Bank of Vigor. They don't get an Arsenal, but this was a very solid turn from our opponent when we just had a handful of 2 blocks. Oh, infinitely more fair than common or reality refractor. Oh, wait, I'm not passing. I have stuff to do. Pen is an expensive set, as an expansion set. It might be like, yes, it is an expansion set. The rumors I've heard are like, or not even rumors, just speculation is, what if we get one of the new CC heroes that we've been waiting for? Like, what if it's new Icelander in an expansion slot? Or what if it's new Dromai, as opposed to like a full-blown new hero? If Enigma is coming back, maybe I get Marvel Mirror guy. I hope Enigma never comes back. What does my hand do? This hand is kind of not good. I can play the Burn Up Shock, play the Sizzle. Opponent's on AB0, so this will connect to turn on the second strike. You can cover 4 on board. This will attack for 9. I think I need to break my bracers here. Is Burn Up Shock worth banning? Seems the ceiling is way overrated for the format. I don't know. It's a 1-card 5, which is very high. Like, it's a good card, but it is technically just 1 above rate. I don't know. I don't know that it's worth banning. I'm gonna break Blossom here for Reaping Blade. I'm not gonna play the Malefic. I'm just gonna Arsenal that. The deck does slap. I have a budget version of the deck that I've been slowly upgrading and should be great fun with the new AD cards. I think Slippy is a lot of fun and has some cool lines. I just don't know if it's going to be competitive. I think if it is, it's a meta call. Like, if you know that you're going to sit down against a bunch of Dios and Acilios, then you're in a decent spot with it. If you're going to sit down against a bunch of Marionettes and Gravies, then maybe you should be playing something else. I want to Shadow Necro more than anything, please. Surely banishing your allies and then playing them from Banish Zone is fair and balanced. Hope Enigma comes back tomorrow, Rose. Get out. I'd be more fine with Enigma if she didn't end up being a bad matchup for Aurora. That was heartbreaking. Also, Phantasmaclasm is just a messed up card. Enigma being able to defend her board state was problematic, but she was very fun to play. That was the thing with all the Mystic heroes, right? They were problematic, but fun to play. Like, the thing with the Mystic heroes was never like, oh, they're bad. Like, no, they're great heroes. They just sucked to play against. Give me Strongest Survive and all your equipment. Opponent has committed to keeping the 3 cards, so I'm assuming it's like blue, Wild Ride, Bear Fangs, and if they get to do the broken thing, then I just take 11 damage. And if they don't do the broken thing, then I take 9 between Wild Ride, Mandible Claw, and they get an Arsenal. Want another Necro? I'll take what they get. And you have a Necro, and he's like S tier. New Slander, I sell my soul to the Dromai render. Shadow Wizard would be so much fun, and I stand by that. I think Shadow Wizard being like a 30 health wizard that plays instant speed from Banish to compensate from Kano being gone would be pretty fun, and adds a little I don't know how they'd have to work really hard to balance the fact that you get effectively a wizard with more than 5 card hands because it can play from Banish, but it does add some interesting tension with of low starting life total. Like, okay, so you're gonna set up this, 6+ card combo, but you have to take blood debt damage to do it. And if you get stuffed, or you don't manage to find the pieces, or the game goes too fast, then suddenly this is an interesting hand. Then suddenly you're in trouble. This hand says I block with Weave Lightning, which does not affect Snatch. After Pen, we got Monarch 3. I want MST2. I think set 19, which follows Pen, is not going to be... I don't think that's going to be Monarch 3. I think Monarch 3 is going to be set 20. Because in the dev talk, they talk about how excited they are for set 20, and it's this huge monument to how good FaB is, and this whole thing, and they're really hyping us up on it. And I feel like that has to mean that set 20 is Mon 3. Like, that's the one we're all excited about. Unless, yeah, set 19 is Mon 3, and then set 20 is Mistveil 2, which, god damn it. I hope they do better with... I hope they do better this time. Ugh. I stand by new would have been fair if her hero tech said reduce cost of blues you play by 1 instead of play for 3. It would have made her Guardian matchup a lot worse, that's for sure. Full power Zen was so fun to play. Not for me, Jacob. I have a small, smooth brain, and I could never figure out how to sequence my Zen lines because I was very bad at determining what my optimal play looks like when I can't see the card in my hand. So it's one thing, yeah, the snatch is going to draw me a card, but I have no way of knowing what the top card of my deck is, so I can sequence this properly. But when it was like, I'm going to play this, transcend, pitch to Zen, find a card, Art of War the Tiger, draw 2 cards, it was very hard for me to conceive of what the tutored card needed to be. And so if I would ever win games with Zen, it was because the hero was broken. It was not because I was good at the game. Fiasco, have you tried the Earthbriar list? I have not tried the Earthbriar list yet. I know I should, but like, this is just so fun. Eloquence token wizards for a go wide wizard would be cool. Oh my god, that would be pretty gross. This is not the card I was looking for, but it is a fine one. I get to make a choice of if I'm going to arsenal this or pitch it to Reaping Blade. My opponent has 2 blocking armor for Reaping Blade. I'm going to go to 2. I've just played a burn-up shock the last turn. I have one in my hand. So if I pitch this to Reaping Blade, my only way to kill my opponent on their turn is double Sigil of Suffering. I'm going to do it. I'm going to push damage here. Oh, I get the Rune Chant too. That's right. Okay, so this does potentially put my opponent to 1 if they just give me their armor and then I can kill them with Sigil off the top. Anyway. MST is a set killed my local scene for a long time, so I'm happy for it to stay gone for a while. Yeah, I think my local scene was mostly fine, but none of us really loved it. Either Mon 3 is after Pen, and then set 20 is All Hell Breaks Loose, or set 20 is Mon 3 and All Hell Breaks Loose, and that's it. Just hoping for Light Rune Blade, because that'd be pretty fun. It's Return to Wraith for set 20. It's Bravo with another funny name, Dory but decent. Katsu with a bald head, and Reinar but with glasses and a degree. I love that. And there's new specializations for all of them, and then they still don't help. All I know is Dory has to get another card that doesn't do anything about her meta share. Sirens, that's cheating. I was gonna kill you with double Sigil of Suffering. Will Mon 3 be the setup to the big thing or the big thing? I feel like Mon 3 has to be the big thing, unless they are trying to do like, Light was the baddies the whole time. Hey, I would have killed them. No, they would have been it too, never mind. What does this hand do? Excuse me? What? Yeah, like surely, if nothing else, you can just pitch a red to your Mandible Claw. Like you have to do something here. Mozared, my guess is that Mon 3 is gonna be like, Light was the big baddie the whole time. And now it's like coming out that, oh, you stopped the monastery, but now it's Light, and maybe we are headed towards like, not Mon 4, but like Mon Endgame. Do I want to use my Sigil here? Or do I want to save my Sigil for this? I think I use my Sigil here. I don't know what two resource play Kayo could make that I'm like afraid of. If I get humbled here, I just don't need Briar's Text. Sirens for 6 puts me to 2, puts you to 3. I get to do Entwine, Fuse, Sizzle, Play Sizzle, send Static Shock. I'm sending 11, 12 with the Malefic. I mean, there's no Reckless Swing, so I don't need to worry about being dead from 2. Zen AOW Bonds was the worst timeline. That was a truly brutal deck. I just remember after MST came out and people had no idea that Zen could pop off so hard at Nats in Minneapolis, I had people take pictures of my combo kills. I played against four Zens in calling Minneapolis as Kayo. The first three of them were not on good builds. They were on like Kasaya. I think two of them were not on Chase Aspect. One of them was trying to do like a head leads tail build, but the like predatory streaks, like they were not good. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this just confirms what I thought, that Sen is just bad Katsu and like Kayo can roll over this. And then I played against Yuki Lee Bender, who lays out her equipment with 2 Zephyr Needles. And I said, hey, can I read that? It's been a while since I've seen Zephyr Needle. And I pick it up and read it, and I think about it for 3 seconds, and I say, oh, I'm dead. And then she proceeds to double Art of War me for a 33 damage turn 2. I'm like, oh. That's why people hate this deck. Our opponent says, good game, Mr. Fiasco. I really like your brew of Kayo, by the way. Thank you, Elvenian. I'm happy to hear that. I hope Kayo gets some support, because he has all the resources, all the tools to be a very competitive deck, and I think he just doesn't quite get there against the Rune Blades.